Do you want to learn how to pick the best USB microphone to use when live streaming? On episode 76 of the Launcher Live Amazon Live show and podcast, Marco Novo and myself are going to explore live streaming gear and which microphone you should be using for your live streams. So, audio is the most important part of your live stream. And if you're using the built in mic on your laptop, well, it's time to upgrade that microphone. And that's because, well, it's great having that built in mic and, convenience, and portability that goes with it. However, the quality is not always the best. And so while you can choose between XLR and USB mics, well, Marco and I, we always recommend that people get started with that USB microphone. And the reason is because, well, it's a good upgrade over a built-in laptop mic, and it's not as expensive as an XLR microphone, which often requires an interface and a whole bunch of other equipment. So I'm going to just pop on screen and say a quick hello. Hey, everyone, how we doing? And we're going to kick off the episode 76 of the Launcher Live, Amazon Live show and podcast, by the way. Again, USB mics and XLR, there's a lot to really go over there. And so what Marco and I have done is we have basically gone through and picked out what we think are the best USB mics to get you started with your live streams. And we're going to talk about the mics, but we're also going to talk about why we recommend using those over XLR mics, at least for somebody who's getting started. So we don't not recommend XLR mics. We recommend XLR mics when you can, but for some people, their budget, doesn't allow it. Isn't that right, Marco?
Absolutely. For instance, myself, when I started with a USB microphone, which is in the carousel and it's by my side, even though today I'm using this one, an XLR. But to start, I think it's the best option you can have. It's a USB microphone.
Definitely. Yeah. And, again, as we mentioned, as we mentioned with the USB mics, again, I mean, everybody starts somewhere on their live streaming journey. I think that's the key thing people need to remember. In terms of USB versus XLR, I started with the USB mic, actually. I started with a few USB mics. And, and they are, and that's because, well, part of it was I didn't know any better, but two, budget didn't allow it at the time. So, Marco, do you want to talk about like what's the difference between USB and an XLR mic, maybe?
Well, one of the good things about USB microphones is that you don't need anything else to start talking. Okay, it's just plug and play, and that's it. End of story. Also, it's easier if you want to take, for instance, put in a bag when you're traveling or something using a USB, because you don't need the audio interface and everything. So it's easier to use a USB microphone. Okay. Also, it's plug and play. That's end of story. And usually they are cheaper as well. So I think
Yes.
even though there are there are a few microphones in the market which can be used in both ways, which is good as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. USB mics, I mean, again, they range in price. There's ones that are like I definitely would say don't go on the super cheap side, but don't go on the very expensive side. Marco, I know you and I always talk about this. We tried to, or at least maybe we've gotten smarter over time, and it's the fact that we don't like to buy equipment and then rebuy it. And
Yes.
I know that's a mistake I made when I first got started. And I won't say it's even a mistake. Let's just say it's a learning
Yeah,
let's say it's a learning opportunity, a teaching
absolutely.
moment. And
Absolutely.
it's the fact that, when I got started, I started off with the Blue Yeti, and Blue Yetis, I mean, there's quite a few of them. I dropped one in the carousel, by the way, here. But Blue Yeti is, a mic that most people are going to buy. And a lot of that's because of word of mouth. It's not a bad mic. It is nice because it has, for example, it's got some dials on the front that allow you to change the voice pattern. So you're not buying one type of mic, you're buying a mic with multiple options. However, the downside to that is, you have to look at who you are, what kind of streaming you're going to be doing, where you're going to be streaming, and then obviously also how portable you want to be. Because the thing with the Blue Yeti is it's not portable. It's a paperweight, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Marco, do you want to bring that one up? By the way, we could talk about that one.
Okay, absolutely.
And we've got quite a few things, by the way, in the carousel. And that's just because, buying a mic, it's not just about buying the mic. You want to also have things like headphones and cables and all that sort of stuff as well. So this is the Blue Yeti mic. I'm going to go and bring this up for you all. This is the Blue Yeti USB mic. It's about $130. And, it's simple. It's plug and play. So you just plug it into your computer. It's, as we mentioned, it's not portable, but does have the ability to adjust some knobs obviously, like, you can plug headphones in, adjust the gain or the volume basically. But as I mentioned, the one feature that it does have going for it is that it has multiple microphones built into this mic, or multiple types of microphones, I guess. Right, Marco?
Yes, yes, yes. You can use the it's omnidirectional microphone.
Okay, which means it's
Okay,
going to
which
capture all the sound all the way around. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and this is kind of a challenge, okay, because sometimes, but you can change the pattern, which is really good.
Mhm.
Okay, for instance, if there's someone else working in the same place as you and you want just to pick the sound from you, you can change the pattern to cardioid, and then it will catch the sound mostly just from you. Okay, because one of the challenges about condenser microphones is they are very sensitive and they pick almost everything that happens around them,
Yeah.
and in a big range. And so this is kind of a struggle, even though it helps to make the sound clear and crystal clear. Okay, it will catch some unwanted sounds as well. Okay,
Yes.
but I think yes, yes.
So yeah, so no, that's a very good, first mic, the Blue Yeti mic. By the way, this one comes in multiple colors. You can mount it, by the way, to a shock mount, so it can be off your desk if you want to. As Marco mentioned, you got headphones here. You have a USB port as well, and the ability to mount it to a shock mount if you want to. Again, it's a good mic, but here's the thing: it's $130, and there are other versions as well. There's some for 108 from the Blue Yeti. This one has, how many reviews does this thing have, Marco? It looks like it's got a ton of reviews, right?
16,000 and
Yeah, it's got
I think
16,000
171.
reviews. So a lot of people buy this mic. It's a good starter mic. But again, it's $130. I'll tell you right now, we're going to go through some other USB mics that you may want to actually look at instead of this one. So this one's $130, and that is the Blue Yeti USB microphone. So good starter mic for live streaming. But where would you go next, Marco? If I were going to look at other USB mics, what else? What else do you think we should cover?
Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe talking about these hybrid microphones, and I think we have the Samson QTU somewhere.
We do, yes. So on one end of the spectrum, we got the Blue Yeti, and then there should be, I think there's a Samson Q2U in here as well.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah. So we got the Samson Q2U. Marco, I'm going to have you bring that up actually for us. So that's the Samson Q2U is another type of USB mic. And here's the thing. So that while that Blue Yeti was $130, the Samson Q2U is how much, Marco?
I think it's okay. I don't have the price here because because of the
Is it out of stock, or is it
no,
location?
because of my location.
Well, here's what I did. I just added one to carousel actually. So let's switch to this one actually. There's one at the end. Should be one at the end of the carousel, by the way.
I think it's around $70 or something. Let me.
It's actually on sale for $60. So
Okay.
so on one end of the spectrum, we've got the $130 Blue Yeti, not portable, but hey, it's got different voice patterns. However, we've got this one, which is the Samson Q2U, and this one comes with a little tabletop stand. It's portable, and it offers USB and XLR connections. So why is this important? Well, that's because we mentioned the progression is usually you go from built-in microphone to USB microphone to XLR microphone. So when you go into an XLR microphone, you need things such as an audio interface, you need a cloud lifter, things like that when you get into some of the more expensive mics. For example, I'm using an XLR mic right now. I'm using the Shure SM7B. However, the Samson Q2U has the options to do both. So you can use it as a USB mic, or you can use it as an XLR mic. Now, what that means is that if you're just getting started in your live streaming journey, well, you have a USB option, so you can use that to start. And then as your budget grows, as your live stream grows, for example, maybe you're just testing out live streaming to see if it works. You can now,
Absolutely.
for $60, I wouldn't feel bad about spending $60 on a mic, getting the use out of it, and then maybe putting it in a drawer, for example, at some point if I don't need it, or using it as my XLR mic and getting an interface to go with it. So this is one of my favorite mics. So as you can see, you've got two ends of the spectrum here. You've got the Blue Yeti, and you got the Samson Q2U at the other end. Totally different price points, $130 and $60. Personally, I would pick the Samson Q2U over the Blue Yeti. What about you, Marco?
Absolutely the same.
I mean, and here's part of the reason why. So you save what, about, if my math is right here, about $70 buying the Samson Q2U. You get XLR and USB connections. So you're getting both. And, it doesn't have the mic patterns, for example, that you get with the Blue Yeti. However, we also noted that kind of mic also, it picks up a lot of things. So it doesn't completely shut off the mics. So I don't know. For me, my money's on that Samson Q2U for $70.
Absolutely. And with the money you save, you can start saving to buy a mixer. So
You get saved to buy a mixer. Actually, if you want to, let's do this. Let's go into that Blue Yeti shock mount that's there. Here's the thing. So you're saving $70, for example. And the great thing about that is you can use that to enhance your live stream. So, for example, one thing I mentioned here a second ago, there's this that's a shock mount. So, for example, this is designed, granted, for Blue Yeti mics. However, you can get yourself a shock mount, which mounts your mic off the desk. And then this way it's out of the way. It doesn't pick up all the noise from the desk, the reverberations, things like that. So you could look at something like this, for example, with that extra money you're saving. So that would get you a shock mount. It would even get you an arm potentially for your live streams as well. So then this way you're able to get your mic off your desk. Absolutely. So I don't know. For me, I mean, my money at the moment is on that. Marco, what other mics should somebody be looking at? I mean, okay, so that's $60. What if I want to go a little bit higher? Like, let's look at that. Let's look at the Audio Technica ATR 2100. Okay. So the Audio Technica ATR 2100, by the way, just to kind of give you a quick heads up on this, it's a very similar mic to that, to the Samson Q2U. Actually, I think it's actually the same mic. The only thing is you're paying a little bit more. You're paying. So this is the Samson, this is Audio Technica ATR 2100. Look at that. I almost got it confused because it looks just about the same. Yes. It has XLR and USB as well. It has a stand that it comes with. It's going to run you about $90, by the way. So, in the States, it's about $90. So again, you're still looking at $130 if that's our USB mic price, all the way down to $60 for the Samson Q2U. And then you got this one that falls kind of in between at $90. So you're still getting a better mic, I think, than the Blue Yeti, actually, in this case. So this is the Audio Technica ATR 2100, USB mic, cardioid mic as well. So very good product here as well, if you want to go with an Audio Technica brand. But here's the thing, the Samson Q2U, the Audio Technica, they're virtually the same mic. So, absolutely. Okay, so that's the next step up from the Samson Q2U. Okay, so where do we go from here, Marco? Like, what other types of USB mics should I be looking at?
Well, I like this. Let me see, this Razer. I think Razer is one of the interesting brands I found lately.
Yeah. No, Razer makes a product. It's called the Razer Siren, and this is a $70 USB mic. And I think one thing you need to realize here is Razer makes gaming equipment. So yes, they make very good gaming equipment, actually. I think they're the top gaming equipment on the market, aren't they? So
yes, I think
so. Here, for example, just looking at this as well, this type of mic is $70. So it's a step up from the Samson Q2U in terms of price, and it's still saving you a bunch of money from a USB mic perspective. and it's a very good microphone, actually. It's got what, over 5,000 reviews. I mean, pretty amazing stuff. So,
Yeah.
for those of you looking for a USB mic, I mean, this is about a $70 mic here. Again, Marco's got some additional shipping and importing prices
Yeah,
tacked
yeah.
on his. It's $70 though if you're in the States, for example. And this one comes in multiple colors. I think you've got, what colors you got there? You got pink, I think. We got
And
white,
white.
we got black, and we got pink. Personally, I think I like the black.
Yeah, so do I.
But another very good mic, very good USB mic. It's also got a built-in shock mount as well, by the way. So that'll help,
Yes.
deal with vibrations, things like that on your desk. If you bump into your desk, the mic's not going to necessarily pick it up. So that is the Razer Seren USB streaming mic. Okay, Marco. So let's keep going through some mics here. So we've talked about the Samson, we talked about the ATR 2100. What's next? So we're going kind of up the pricing scale, right?
Okay, let's do this.
So where do you think we should go next in terms of pricing? I mean, there's so
Okay.
many mics, as you can see. I mean, there's so many mics.
Yeah.
Oh, virtually.
Well, let me see, because there's this. Where is it?
Let's do this. Let's bring up that Snowball, actually.
Okay. Yes, the Snowball. It's okay.
So for $100, by the way, another type of USB mic you can look at is the blue Snowball plug and play USB mic. Now, this is an older mic.
Yeah.
This $100, by the way, is also getting you a microphone, but it's also getting you a stand. It's getting a pop filter, and it's getting a pair of headphones. So for those of you who don't have all that other stuff, like the pop filter and the headphones, for example, this is not a bad package for $100. Is it a good mic? It's okay. Again,
Yeah.
it goes on your desk. It's going to pick up most of the noise that's on your desk. But if you're just getting started, this is a huge step up from you using that built-in mic on your computer. So
Absolutely.
that's the blue Yeti. So I mean, as you can see, I mean, we've only gone up by like $10. But the great thing is we haven't even hit that $130 mark, right?
Yeah.
We've-
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, there's so many USB mics that you could get instead of that $130 blue Yeti mic.
And,
Yeah, go ahead, Marco.
and there's something I should say about this, because it's
Sure.
this is I the first one I got was the Snowball Ice.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and after, I think it has around 7 years, it's still working. Okay.
Yeah.
It has a good sound. Okay, the problem with the condenser microphones is it's that they are really, really sensitive. So every sound that happening in the surroundings on the desk, you're typing on the keyboard and something, it will capture everything. Okay, so I recommend a software called Crisp to remove these unwanted sounds. Okay, but it is for sure a great microphone. Also, it's a bi-directional microphone, so if you want to record an in-place interview or something, you just need one microphone, because it will catch the sound from the interviewer and the interviewee. So
Okay.
it's a good start. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I think what you're telling me. So okay. So if I get this mic, I want it. I don't want to just like put it on my desk, right? Because it's going to make a lot of noise. It's going to pick up a lot of stuff. I mean, you have to kind of think about it like this.
Yeah.
You put it on your desk, and and you're typing away. For example, it's picking up all the vibrations coming from your keyboard, all the noise, all the clicks and the clacks. It's picking up your chair noise, for example, any of that kind of stuff you're doing. So, yeah. So I would say, I mean, again, if you need, and here's the thing, I don't know, Marco. I mean, I honestly, I don't even know if I want to recommend the mic, because for $60, I can get that Samson Q2U. For what, $80, $90, I can get the ATR 2100. Both are very good mics. Or I can spend an extra 10 and get the Blue Yeti Snowball, which is an older mic. So, I don't know. I think I'm still leaning towards the other direction. Okay. So now if I want to go a step up though, what are you thinking?
Well, I love this Shure microphone as well. Okay.
What do we got?
And the retro one. Let me see what it is.
Are you talking about the AKG actually that we have listed?
No, the MV51 from Shure.
Okay. Is it
bundle.
there? I think so.
Y- Yes, it is.
So Marco's going to pull up the MV51 from this one. Yes, I remember this one. The Shure
I love
MV51. Yes, this is a very good
I
mic.
love
Another
this.
very good mic.
I love. Well, for me, this Shure is kind of one of the most known brands in the audio world, and also this retro look makes me crazy. You know,
Yeah,
I
it's a
love
good
it.
mic, but here's I guess for me the hard part I have here is just the price.
Yeah,
258
yeah,
for a Shure the MV51 condenser mic. Uh, but I will say this here's the other thing I think that I like about this mic, and it's the fact that it's not just a USB mic actually. So for starters, you can put it on a mount. So you can mount it on your desk, and you can mount it out of the way, or you can just put it right in front of you. But what sets this one apart, I think, from all the other mics we've been looking at is this one actually not just the fact that it comes with headphones, it actually has a USB and a Lightning cable, which means that you could also use this with a smartphone.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
for me, that is a good option there in terms of mics. If I need to be mobile and I need to be portable, um,
yeah. Absolutely,
that's what I would look at. What do you think? Anything else you want to add on this one, Marco?
Well, I think it's good to highlight this that you mentioned because mobile phones, they are becoming great, amazing, spectacular cameras. Okay, and for instance, we want to go outside and record something, or we want to record something, or make live streaming from different places. So it's good to have an amazing microphone who can follow us across these places. With the guarantee of a good sound, and so I think this capability they give us to record from the computer or record from the cell phone or the iPhone, it's for me it's really important if you only want to buy a microphone.
Yeah. No, I definitely I think that's something that people need to consider is the fact that, if you're going to be portable at all, or you're going to travel somewhere finally, then you're going to want to probably take your mic with you. And, as you can see, I mean, again, that $130 mic, great, but it's not necessarily going to, it's not going to be portable. It's not something you can just really throw in luggage or carry on. Whereas a lot of these other ones, I mean, they really are super small packages. So, Marco, the next mic I want to bring up, by the way, so, I've got three or four more mics here that I want us to talk about. I think the first one is the Rode NT USB Mini 1. And here's the thing. Okay, so Rode makes audio gear, and they make this fantastic little product. And this is the Rode NT USB Mini USB microphone. Now, granted, this is a bundle deal. So this mic normally retails for $100. For 125, you're getting the mic, you're getting a USB hub that you can plug into your computer, and you're getting a pair of headphones. For the most part, I mean, the mic is really the thing you're concerned with here. And this is a very, very, very good microphone. It's super, super, super small, and it's got I'd say it's got a hidden party trick, I guess you could say, and that's the fact that this mic also comes with software, and that software is called Rode Connect. So you're getting a fantastic mic, but what you're also paying for with this kind of product is you're getting the Rode Connect software as well that Rode has made designed specifically for this microphone. So all the other stuff is kind of, icing on top. Um, so what I like about this mic, by the way, is for starters, it's super portable. I mean, we're talking, it's literally only a couple inches tall. The other thing, though, I really like, as I mentioned, it comes with what's called Rode Connect. And Rode Connect is basically, how can I put it? Let's see. So Rode Connect is essentially like having a physical mixing board. However, it's all done by software. So, for example, we're talking about buying mixers and audio interfaces. Those can cost you $500 plus for a good one. What's great, though, is that the Rode Connect has this software that functions just like the physical mixer. and they're including it for free with the $100 mic. So what that's going to do, by the way, is going to allow you to do a couple of things. For starters, you can actually connect 4 of the Rode NT USB mini USB microphones together. So you can plug all of them into one computer. And then what's also great about that is that it has the ability at that point to mix those channels together. So you can connect those microphones, and then you basically get a full-on recording interface built into the Rode Connect software. And then in addition to that, this is what I really like about the software, by the way. It's the fact that you buy this Rode NT USB microphone, you're also getting access to processing that is going to get applied to that mic. You're going to get access to things such as noise gate, compressor, and their Apex aural exciter and the big bottom. Basically, what those do is they change the sound of your microphone. So, for example, if you're in a noisy environment, when you turn the noise gate on, the mic is open, it closes, when you're talking, things like that. But this is a huge selling point of this mic. For $100, you're also basically getting the free software with it that lets you basically do multi-channel recording. You can do broadcast style fading, level metering, things like that as well with it, all via the software. So I don't know. I like that mic. What do you think, Marco?
Well, I think you made a good point. An
Did
absolutely
I sell
good
you on
point.
it?
Because this is one of the biggest challenges on USB microphones. It's the lack of control you have on your microphone. Okay, because most of them you just can. In some you can control the gain, and that's it, or the sound pattern, and that's it. And on this microphone, and there's a couple more here in the carousel. I think the Elgato Wave
Yeah, we're going to
has
talk about that one in a second.
a
Yeah.
software as well,
Yeah.
and the Shure MV7 also has
Yep.
this
We are.
software.
Yeah.
But few, because for instance, as you mentioned, you want to have more than one microphone coming through the same feed, for instance, to StreamYard. You have to have if you don't have a mixer, you need to have a software to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the brand provides you with the software, it's a big step forward they are giving for you in to allow to have more than one microphone in the same feed.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, the fact that you get access to the software, which functions just like a mixer. For example, I'm using a Rodecaster Pro mixer, and so what's great about that is that I have this physical mixer, but here's the thing: it's also not portable. So, I mean, it is portable, but it's not portable. And so,
Yeah.
the downside to that is that if I want to travel with it, I can travel with it. However, if I had the Rode NT USB mini mic, all I literally have to do is take the mic, my laptop. The software is built into the laptop. At that point, you just install it, and I get access to most of that functionality that's on the Rodecaster, but it's on the laptop. So that, to me, that's a no-brainer. I mean, for $100 to get this kind of mic, I mean, just a fantastic mic. And then obviously, as I mentioned, the other stuff is kind of just icing on top. Like, you don't need the other stuff, but again, fantastic mic. I mean, for $125 for that bundle, well worth it. By the way, Juju, thanks a lot for joining us. Says finally caught you guys live, and your sounds amazing. Yeah, thank you. So I'm using the Shure SM7B. What are you using, Marco?
Well, I'm using this Spirit. I think they don't do this microphone as or I think this brand ended because I've been looking on internet.
Yeah.
I don't find it's a dynamic microphone. I want this microphone on a karaoke contest.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then I bought also a mixer, and yes, this is a Spirit S9.0E, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, again, it comes down to budget, and like, for example, I think you said you won that, right, in a contest. So, if you won that, then like, why would you go invest in another mic if you got, what should be a pretty good mic to be able to use? But yeah, that's what we're using currently right now. So, okay, Marco. So we talked about the Rode NT USB Mini. What is the By the way, I wish I could feature Judy's comment here. They say karaoke contest must be a good singer.
Not bad, not bad.
I'm definitely not. I'm not the singer. So, Marco, that one's all you.
Not bad. Yes.
So, Marco, let's talk about other mics. By the way, so what are some other US? So, as you can see, we haven't quite. We talked about what 5 or 6 different mics that are not the Blue Yeti. Actually, we haven't even gotten up to. We got to that 130, the Blue Yeti price. We got right up to it with the Rode into USB Mini, by the way, which is even less because it's $100 basically. What is the next type of mic we should be talking about, or we want to talk about in terms of a USB mic?
I think this Elgato, which is already highlighted, it's an amazing microphone as well. Okay,
So this is made by the same company that makes the Blue Yeti. So it's owned by the same company, which I think is Logitech now, right? So this is
it's
or sorry, Corsair
Elgato.
actually, right? Yeah. Sorry, I think it's yeah. So Elgato actually, sorry. So this is the
Yes, yes,
Wave
yes.
Link 3. Do we have a shot of that? What it looks like on the desk?
We do. Let me-
So this is the Elgato Wavelink
Oh my God.
3. They make a couple different models. They make a Wavelink, I think 1. This is the 3. This one's about $155. So it's going to be a little more expensive than the Rode NT USB. However, it's a good mic, a very good mic actually, because what this also includes with it is it has a pop filter that should come with it. So the pop filter is going to, get rid of all the plosives when you're saying the P sound, like that kind of stuff. So it comes with that. But then what else does this come with, Marco?
It comes, and for me, I like to highlight this because as we mentioned before, we lack in most of the USB microphones the control over the microphone. And Elgato, as usual, Elgato, when you buy something physical, they provide you also software to control the device. So this microphone comes with this mixer, so you can get control over the. It's kind of a mixer, okay? Because you
Yeah.
can bring other sound feeds to your microphone,
Yeah.
and then you can use it.
So it's again, here's the benefit to this. So this is a very good mic. It includes that pop filter we talked about. But then what it also includes, just like the Rode NT USB, is it includes software as well. And that software can help you route your audio. Now, let's talk about that software, though, real quick. That software normally comes in the form of a paid piece of software. So, for example, if you have this mic, let's say you wanted to route audio from your favorite music player, let's say it was Amazon Music, into your live stream broadcast, for example, that you're running on StreamYard, you would need a digital, a virtual audio cable basically to do this. What that does is instead of having to like route all the hardware, it literally does it all via software. And so what this mic does is they include that software. Now that mic software would normally cost you, there's a couple versions. So like if you're on a PC, you may use something like Voicemeeter. If you're on a Mac, you may use something like Loopback. And basically what those are, they're basically the same kind of software. So they allow you to route your audio from different applications from, for example, let's say it was Amazon Music and your system audio and your microphone audio, and you're able to route them to one. Basically, you route all 3 channels together into one channel, i.e., your live streaming broadcast. And so those softwares, for example, Voicemeeter is free. Loopback is $100 to get started. And then obviously when they make major upgrades, they also then ask you to, pay that upgrade price. However, you're basically getting the same software with the Elgato Wavelink 3. So if you kind of think about it, you'd have to spend about, $75 to $100 for software, and you're getting a really good mic on top of that. So you're getting a really good package here for $155. Actually, let me pull that back up. This is the Rode Wavelink 3. And as you can see, it's super small. This is very compact. It does not have an XLR and USB options. It's just USB. But as I mentioned, the key selling point here is you're getting the software included that would normally cost you at least 50% of that price, maybe not more. So anything else you want to add about this mic, Marco?
It's an Elgato.
Okay.
And it's one of the most amazing brands in the live streaming world. I Yesterday it arrived another device from Elgato. Let me see. There you go.
Yeah, you got a capture card there, I think, right? Yeah.
Yes, and I don't know. Maybe in the future, I will get more devices from there because they have amazing devices, and this microphone, it's also a very sensitive microphone. Okay,
Yeah.
it captures really clear the sound, so this is really good because sometimes the sound it's kind of blurry.
Yeah. So no, I mean, I'm gonna go back to this mic. I mean, this is a really good mic for what you're getting. I mean, for 150 to $5, it's a fantastic mic for streaming.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, definitely a good mic. Sorry about that. By the way, we got a couple of spam comments here. So let me just hide a couple of users there. Sorry about that. So, but no, this is one of my this is a very good mic. I mean, my friend Melanie, she uses this mic as well. Again, the key selling point is that software that comes with it. So again, look at
Absolutely.
it like this. So if you bought, I'm just going to use Blue Yeti as the example. You bought Blue Yeti as your benchmark because that's what everyone told you to buy. $130 for that mic. For this one, you get for $155, you get a pop filter, which you normally would have to buy separately. You're getting the software and you're getting a very good mic. So basically, you're getting a lot of value for that $155. Now, Marco, if I want to I know we got a couple more mics we want to talk about. What's the next mic we should cover in terms of USB mics? I mean, is there like a granddaddy mic? What are we thinking?
Well, I like as well this Shure MV7. I think I don't know.
So
I
let's
think
bring up the MV7, and then what I want to do is let's bring up the MV7, and then I'm gonna also bring up their big brother, right?
yeah.
Let me bring up, or do you want to talk about their big brother first? What do you want to do?
Okay, I think you're the right person to talk about the Big Brother.
Okay, so let's talk about the big brother actually, and I'm gonna add, yeah. So there's one in the carousel, and let's go and bring up the SM7B. And the reason I want to bring this up is because, well, when we're talking USB mics, this is the mic that most people strive for. This is the SM7B. This is about a $400 microphone, but it's $400 is just for the microphone. And I'll walk you through this real quick. So this is an XLR mic. A lot of people want this mic. This is the mic that a lot of people, you see Joe Rogan, you see a lot of musicians, for example, they're all using the SM7B as their primary mic. Now, what you need to know about this mic, though, is that it's not just, you don't just buy the mic and plug it in.
Yeah.
So you buy the mic, but then this mic also is going to need a couple of things. So for starters, it's a different kind of connection. So it's XLR, it doesn't plug into your computer. So, in order to use this, for example, with a computer, you would need to buy a mixing board. Now, a mixer to be able to power this thing needs, it's going to be $300 all the way up to like $600. That's just to kind of get you started there. And then on top of that, so we're talking, that's like $1,000 right there. Let's just say we want that set up. On top of that, then you have to buy a cloud lifter, which is a way to basically increase the gain of this mic because it takes a lot of power. So we're talking this $400 mic. In order to run it properly, you need to spend minimum, I think, about $1,200 probably, right, Marco? On the
Yeah.
conservative side, probably about $1,000 to $1,200 to use this mic. That includes the mic, it includes the mixer, it includes the cloud lifter. So what? Yeah, go ahead.
And you need also the boom arm.
Oh yes, you forgot. Yeah, yes. So that's why I said conservatively $1,000 to $1,200 because it's not cheap to run this mic. It sounds great. That's what I'm using right now, by the way. So I'm using the SM7B. However, you are going to need all this extra equipment. And so, the thing is, we always tell people, start with what you have. And so instead of trying to start off with the, Shure SM7B, we've given you a lot of options today. Now, what Shure has actually done, by the way, is instead of the SM7B, they've come out with the MV7, which is basically the little brother to this mic. Now, Marco, do you want to talk about the MV7? Like, what do you
Well,
think?
it's a new brother,
Okay.
and it has some features. For instance, it has this control place. I
So
don't
it's
know
got, yeah, it's
the
like a
right.
touch strip. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes, and you can control here by touch the microphone. Okay, like
Hmm.
the mute and the levels of the microphone.
Okay.
Okay, and also it is an XLR USB microphone, which M7 SM7 it's not. It's
The
just an
Samson. Yeah.
XLR.
Right. Exactly. So
So
this one has, yeah,
this,
as you mentioned, this one. So it's a USB mic, but it also has an XLR input. And then what you can also do with it is you can actually use them both at the same time. So you can use both inputs. So this is going to give you, so for example, if you want, for example, something like this is the SM7B. If you want something like the SM7B, but you don't necessarily, want to spend the money on the budget of it, because again, you're going to need the mic, you're going to need the mixer, you're going to need the cloud lifter, you're going to need the boom arm, as Marco mentioned as well. You're looking at easily $1,000 to $1,200. That's the mic and all that other equipment there. It's also not terribly portable. Or you can go with this MV7, which is a smaller package. It's USB and XLR, meaning you can plug it into your computer and start using it. You can also just use it with a mixer as well if you decide you wanted to do that. So it's got that upgradability to it. And then I think Shure also includes software as well, right, Marco?
yes, 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 they do.
Yeah, so they include software as well with the
I
MV7 as
think
well.
we have
Um,
an image.
And then from a pricing standpoint, here's the other thing. I mean, from a pricing
Okay.
standpoint, you're talking, 250 for that mic versus $400 for the other. You don't necessarily need a cloud lifter. You could get one if you want to, but you don't necessarily need one. And again, it also includes software as well to help adjust things on the mic. So, for example, if you want to change the mic pattern, for example, the location, things like that, basically where the mic is listening from, this is, Shure is a fantastic product for both USB or XLR mics. So that's your Shure MV7. Sorry, we're going to cover the SM7B, by the way, on another
Yes.
episode. By the way, um, so so that is, if I were looking at like the spectrum of mics here, I mean, it's kind of, I want to do just a quick recap on this, Marco. And it's the fact that on one end of the spectrum, you've got, where do we start, I guess? Or what? Hold on. I forgot one thing, actually, Marco. I forgot one other thing you got to get with USB mics as well. What is that, Marco? What should we got two things. Let's do this. Let's talk about the Rode Wireless Go, actually. So let's go outside of the spectrum of mics. So sorry about that, by the way. I forgot about that mic. So I'm pushing the boundaries a little bit more. So for those of you who want a good wireless mic that also works off USB, by the way, hence why it's included, we do have the Rode Wireless Go 2 wireless microphone system. Personally, I mean, I love this product. Like, I can't speak highly enough about this. It is just a fantastic product. Basically, what this does is it's a clip-on mic. It can be connected to your computer. For example, you can connect it to iPhones, iPads, Android devices, and you can use it as a microphone in addition to it being wireless. So it plugs in, it's a microphone. It enhances your audio on your phone or on your laptop if you're streaming from there. Now this one, granted, it's a little bit higher than the price of that Shure MV7, but what you're going to get here is you're actually getting two microphones in this package. And that's because that center microphone that you see there is a transmitter. And then you've got transmitters and receivers. So you basically have that one mic that goes, the one in the middle, and that's going to plug into like your camera or your phone or wherever you want. And then, for example, Marco and I could be using the other mic packs. So, for example, Marco could have one, I could have one, and we could actually be recording two different channels of audio and going into one channel. So it allows both of us to be wireless with this product. What do you think about this one, Marco? Anything you want to add about the Rode Wireless Go 2?
Well, I think it's an amazing microphone, yes, and the fact that you can have the same two microphones coming into the same feed, it's really really good. For instance, if you are covering an event or something with someone else,
Yeah.
this could be a very good option. And we, as I mentioned before, going mobile, going outdoor is something that's a trend that I think in the future will become ever trendy. Okay, so having this kind of microphone, it's really really interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good mic. And again, I mean, you have to look at it like this. If you're somebody who's going to be mobile, then having this mic makes a lot of sense because it also like you can here's some cool things you can do with this mic. So for starters, they can clip on, for example, to your shirt. And so you've now got a wireless pack here going back to that receiver there. And so it's a great product for a wireless mic. It also, though, can be used. They sell like accessories. So, for example, if you want a handheld mic, you could actually put the Rode Wireless Go in the handheld mic, and you now have a handheld wireless mic if you want to conduct interviews, for example, on site if you're at an event. In addition to that, there's also the ability to plug it into a computer as well. So you can put it into your computer and you can use it with your computer as well. So you can have a very, very, very portable mic because I don't know how many of you guys remember the little iPod Nano, the little square iPod Nano. It's about that size, by the way. The Rode Wireless Go 2, fantastic little audio product. And then you can even plug it into like your physical mixers, as I mentioned, your computer, your handheld, your mobile device. So even though it's more expensive than the other mics we've covered today, it's a very good option considering if someone's going to be mobile, somebody wants to start recording on their phone, things like that, a tablet, that's the kind of product you want to have if you're going to be a mobile person. If you're just going to be in an office, get yourself, like the Samson Q2U or the Elgato Wavelength 3 or the Razer product as well. And those are fantastic mics and they're not going to break the bank. Now, the one last thing we want to make sure we mention, and we've got a few other mics, by the way, in here, but I want to talk about headphones real quick, Marco. And the reason I want to do this is because regardless of whatever microphone you get, whether it's a USB microphone, an XLR mic, it doesn't matter. You should wear headphones when you are streaming. And why is that, Marco? Like, why should somebody be wearing headphones like this, for example?
Because sometimes, and when we talk about mostly USB microphones, almost every USB, just some exception, they are condenser microphones and they are very sensitive to sound. Okay, and if you are using the speakers to listen what the other person is saying, or for instance, if you have music or something, the sound will come from the speakers and will get again inside the microphone. Okay, and this will make this loop annoying feedback noise,
Yes.
and this may ruin for sure your recording, your podcast, or your live streaming. So using earphones, it's the best option to avoid this unwanted situation.
That's an excellent point. Yeah. And here's the thing. You can use any of the headphones that you get. So, for example, if you happen to have a smartphone and they came with headphones, I don't think this one does, but if they came with headphones, you can use those. Some of them may require an adapter to plug them in, but you should always wear headphones. And it probably looks like, for example, Marco, let me put you full screen. So, Marco, I can tell you're wearing headphones, right?
Yes, I do.
So, what kind of headphones you got there?
I have this kind of, it's not the same brand as Shure,
Yeah.
but this earbuds wired, by the
So
way.
you've got wired earbuds. Yep. And then I'm going to switch to my view, and I'm actually wearing headphones, and you can kind of see them a little bit. So I've got the same products. So these are the in-ear monitors, and basically they just go over my ear. They tuck inside my ear canal, and then I have a cable that runs down my back. And now I have what you can't really tell that I'm wearing headphones, and they come in. You can get clear ones and so forth, but these basically then go in your ear. They block out a lot of the noise, and then I'm also able to talk into the microphone. I'm able to hear myself. And then the other thing that I'm able to do here is I'm blocking out all that extra noise that's going into the microphone, for example. Because if you had no headphones on, you have speaker noise coming out. You're trying to talk and you're creating a feedback loop. And
Absolutely.
so the problem you're going to run into there is, you're going to run into a lot of noise coming into your broadcast. And, here's the thing, it's your live stream. So it always, we always encourage you to try to improve it. And one of the easiest ways to improve your live streams is to make sure you get a good mic, but also to make sure you wear headphones. And that's because, again, if somebody's trying to listen to you and they're having to focus on the other noise that's coming in, that can easily be solved by headphones. So plug in some headphones in your computer. We don't recommend Bluetooth or wireless headphones, especially AirPods. Like, they're great for working out, things like that, but they're not good for streaming. We recommend getting hardwired headphones because, for starters, the mics in a lot of the wireless headphones, they do actually, the battery does run out. And if they do run out or they get into low power mode, they actually will shut off on you. Or if you've ever connected them to other devices, you'll also sometimes see that, oh, well, my smartphone is now trying to pick up the mic from the headphones. So you do have to keep that in mind. I do want to highlight these headphones real quick. So these are the Shure Aonic 215s. They're wired sound isolating earbuds. They're about $99. They make a couple different styles there. They go in your ears, but I really like these. They come with quite a number of tips to help get you the right fit with your headphones. By the way, that is also key. Don't just think like, hey, I'm going to put my headphones in and they're going to be good. I want some I can move around with. So get yourself a pair of good headphones. For me personally, I don't know, how do you work, Marco? Like, do you mix and match your headphones? Like, do you use your headphones for working out and for live streaming, or how do you work?
No, they have this. This one I'm using now. They don't move from here. I
Yeah,
bought. I bought the other week on the Prime days. I bought for working out. I bought a pair of Bluetooth
nice.
earbuds because
Yeah,
it's but these ones and also this, they stay here all the time. They don't go away from my office
right.
because I'm I'm really messy, and if I start moving them around, I will lose them for sure.
Definitely. No, I 100% agree with that. Yeah, and so I'm the same way. I have, a pair I use a pair of headphones just for streaming. I have a backup pair, but then they don't leave my live streaming station basically. They're just for live streaming. I don't wear them for anything else really. I'm not listening to music through them necessarily. I'm wearing them just for my live streaming. So, I keep that there. I don't connect them to other devices. I make sure they stick with just the products that uh, they're just the products that I'm going to use for streaming. For example, it's my live streaming kit basically. So that's the way I work. Anything else you want to add, Marco, on that?
Well, I don't think I can add too much about.
Nothing else. Okay.
Yeah, but yes, for me it's really important to have this. For instance, I'm so used to this that even when I'm doing solo shows, I'm wearing my earphones. Okay,
Yeah. Yep.
so it's kind of and I don't feel right. For instance, sometimes I make meetings
Yeah.
and I could be using the speakers, but I'm using earphones as well
Hmm.
because not having something in my ears, it's kind of awkward for me now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's a good habit we should have in mind to avoid. And the other problem about the feedback is that the person who is provoking the feedback doesn't have that, doesn't notice. Okay, so it's another important thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so avoid it.
Okay. No, excellent, excellent points. Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. So let's go back to like the main crux of this episode, and it's the fact that you know you want to improve your audio for your live streams. You can pretty much get any of the mics that we've recommended today. They're all very good mics. Again, we always look at it from a budget standpoint. If you're just starting out with your live streams, the best upgrade you can make is to get that Samson Q2U for $70, $60 actually, in fact. Normally 70, $60 because it's going to give you a 2-in-1. It's going to give you an XLR mic. And then when you're ready, once you've got that live show ready and you're getting a lot of people tuning in, then you can upgrade to an XLR mic or an XLR connection. And that's going to give you, that's the standard for audio. So you can then, then at that point, you can get the mixers and you can get the cloud lifter to, give it more gain, for example, and you can improve your audio at that point. But we're not saying like there's a big difference between the XLR and the USB. The USB, if you're somebody who, is casually recording, or you want to have something that, you can take with you, for example, USB mic, it's a lot more portable. It's a very good product. And it's something that, you can, take with you, something though, that's going to enhance your audio, because again, if your audio on your live streams is not very good, or you're using that built-in mic on your laptop, it's going to sound very tinny, very hollow. It's not going to sound professional, and you want to come across as professional. The easiest upgrade you can make is to get a USB mic. And as we mentioned, you don't have to break the bank. You don't need to get the Shure MV7 if your budget doesn't allow it. That's a $250 mic. You could start with, the Samson Q2U. You can go up to the ATR 2100 if you want. If you want to take it up another step, you can get that Rode NT USB mini USB mic. Again, remember that one comes with the software that can also route your audio from other applications together into your live streams. You can also get the Elgato Wavelength 3. Remember, that also comes with not just the software, but the pop filter as well. So to take care of those plosives, and if you want to, you can go to the Shure MV7 at that point, but you've got options across the board. I think, Marco, if you had to pick one mic, what mic would you recommend?
Well, I think I would take the MV7.
You would take the MV7. Sure. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
So Marco would take the MV7. Okay. Good point. And then in addition to that, let's see. So I would probably, if I were going to start, if I had to pick two mics, I'd probably get the Samson Q2U for $60. And then I would get the Rode NT USB Mini. That's my USB mic I would get for starters. And the reason is because, again, the price and the software that's there. $60, $99. Again, you're still pocketing 30 compared to that original Blue Yeti mic we talked about. So that's what I would get. Anything else you want to add, by the way, about this, Marco? I know we're going to cover XLR at some point.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you should tune in, because this will have another episode on exploring audio and microphones, which could be very interesting for you.
Definitely, yeah. So on this episode, we talked about USB mics, by the way. So we talked about USB mics. We talked about how you can choose the best USB mic for your setup. We talked about various budgets. We talked about, as we mentioned, starting at $60 with that Samson Q2U, the ATR, the Audio-Technica ATR 2100, starting at $90, $100 for the Rode NT USB Mini. We talked about the Elgato Wavelength 3, just kind of running through your options here. We talked about the Blue Yeti. We also then jumped into the Shure MV7. And then for those of you who want the wireless option, we talked about the Rode Wireless Go 2 as well. But lots of options from Shure to Samson to Rode to Blue to Elgato for USB mics. Remember, if you have any questions about live streaming, you need some help. Maybe you need help picking between a mic, feel free to reach us at Launcher Live on all of the social platforms. And again, if you want more information on this episode, all you have to do is go to launcher.live/EP76. We'll see you all on a future episode. Thanks a lot, everyone.